Hey Copper Nerds, this video has nothing to do with me and nothing to do with this channel. Everything to do with you and making sure you're not missing out on all of the educational opportunity that you can receive at Rare Coins 101, which is a disturbingly under-followed, under-subscribed channel because of how great it is. So let's get into it. So it might get a little bit confusing since I'm Dan and we're talking about Dan at Rare Coins 101. But before I started this channel, when I was still, studying as a newer numismatist, I put a lot of time into numismatics over the past handful of years, but that's all the time that I have put in it the last handful of years. And I learned a good bit from Dan in one of his earlier videos where he was tracking the values of a number of rare coins over years. Remember, I was researching ChainSense in particular and learned a lot from his first video. I think it was his very first video that he put out. And I've been following him ever since. Well, I was watching this one today, and it's just so incredibly well done. I think Dan has made 20 some odd videos and has 600 and some odd subscribers compared to my several hundred videos and 800 subscribers. He's picking up a lot more subscribers per video, as he should, because you're going to see the work that he does is very, very professional, not the hasty content that you're used to from me cranked out every day. Dan's more likely to do a very high quality piece once a month, and that is a direction I might go eventually myself. I'm sure I will eventually myself. But I'm just going to hit the play button and preview a little bit of this one with you just on my tablet. And I think you're going to enjoy it. So let's just check out. I think you're going to be blown away from just how this thing opens up. I thought I was watching something from like Coin World or the ANA at the intro, but knowing it's Dan, he just does such a good job with his production. Wow.
Sorry, you're here already. Well, let me close this. Alrighty, let's get started here. I'm Dan, the Rare Coin Man, and I'm here with another video production from rarecoins101.com. Have you ever heard of something called curb appeal? It's a term that's used quite frequently in the real estate business. No, I've not switched over to the real estate channel. I'm still here to talk about rare United States coins. But the concept of curb appeal is a good lead into today's coin topic. So, what is curb appeal? Realtors use this term to describe how visually appealing a property looks to potential buyers when viewed from the sidewalk or the street. A house with good curb appeal can usually sell for significantly more than an otherwise very similar property having bad, negative, or poor curb appeal. Let's look at a quick example. The house on the left has poor curb appeal because of dead trees, bad landscaping, a bunch of weeds in the lawn, peeling paint, stained driveway, and a damaged roof. And that's just for starters. Now, the same house on the right has none of those defects and has certain features making it far more attractive than the house on the left, and most certainly will bring a higher price because of the good or positive curb appeal. The same line of thought can be extended to coin collecting as well. If two coins of identical denomination, date, and grade are placed side by side, it's possible one of them may be judged to be of higher quality solely on the basis of its greater curb appeal. But in coin collecting, we don't call it curb appeal. We call it simply eye appeal. Eye appeal can be very subjective, or opinionated, another way of saying it. It can be a very subjective topic, but frequently does play a major role in determining how much someone will pay for your coin when you decide to sell. For collectors who buy coins with...
I've never heard that comparison before. I think, well, some of you anyway. Some of my regular followers know that my day job is I am an attorney, but I'm also a realtor. I use that license maybe once a year. Something I picked up and hung on to over the years. A fantastic point I've never really considered is that your eye appeal of a coin is much like the curb appeal of a house. Certainly, that's kind of what I was illustrating here. Two very similar coins can have very different eye appeal just because this one is glorious and this one has been sitting out on the desk and not being taken care of, and that's part of why I leave this stuff out here, is to monitor what happens to them. Sorry about that high relief piece dollar. That usually sits down here, but the tablet's in the way and obviously I have a cluttered desk. Dan's content is fantastic. I'm going to just jump to a spot in the middle so you can preview a little bit of that. And then I do kind of want to play the outro comments from Dan as well, because it kind of resonated with me as well and was the reason that I was like, I'm making this video because I want to drive all of our traffic, each and every person watching this, anyone who enjoys my channel, you have to check out Rare Coins 101. It's not all, this is kind of an entry-level beginner kind of a discussion topic, but everyone's going to get something out of it. I enjoyed looking at some of the comparisons that he did. He gives us good examples, like these two are the same grade. What do you think for the eye appeal? And Dan, of course, strongly favors B, and I do too. Although I do, this two-tone, it's not an ugly coin. I don't hate this coin. Certainly it's worth less than that one. Let's see some other examples. These two piece dollars are a nice example, looking at eye appeal. And he talks about this stuff at great length, talks about what great eye appeal looks like and why. Talks a little bit about toning. This was a very interesting discussion about the crescent toning on this one. I don't collect much silver. And my only Morgan is artificially toned, which, I picked this thing up for like $20. So it was never meant to be like a nice, authentically toned, authentic toning coin. But learning a little bit about the crescent toning, I thought was kind of fun. And Dan says this is from just another coin being stacked, partially covering it inside of its mint bag, and that it picked up this toning inside of the mint bag. That is interesting. And of course, that is natural toning, and something like this old Anglesey Mine 1700s Druid has been cleaned, and that toning is not natural for a copper coin. But things you learn about, and also factors into eye appeal. Again, would you want that uncirculated Druid, or something like, watch me drop it, I'm being careful, this red Horde Druid, nice brown obverse and red reverse. Right, again, comparable condition, but eye appeal far nicer than one that's been cleaned and artificially toned. Not trying to do a review of this particular video. We're going to jump to Dan's channel as well, but first I want to go to, I'm going to jump around a little bit, but I'll start here and then I'll find it.
If this is the kind of stuff you like, I encourage you to visit my website at rarecoins101.com. You'll find tons of information, including charts and data with key date recommendations based on past performance over a period of many years.
Super helpful info.
To be honest, I don't know of another place that's got the type of useful charts that you can find on rarecoins101.com. Now, I'm disappointed to say, but I'm going to say it anyways. I'm having a difficult time building traffic, and I've been at it for a while now. Traffic is the lifeblood of any website. So if it's not asking too much, please tell your coin collector friends about my site. I would really appreciate that. And so, until next time. Oh, I forgot to mention the obligatory. If you got something out of this video, be sure to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe if you will. I don't produce many videos.
What did I just do? I said I wanted to get all notifications and it took me there. All right, well, let's jump back there. All I was trying to do is show you that I am subscribed. Turn on device. Oh, I have to go into settings. Okay, I am subscribed, and let's go take a look at Dan's channel. So I am subscribed. I have been for some time. He's got 22 videos. They're all long form, and they're all fantastic. Let's see. Where do I look at all of the videos? Here. Let's see. Here we go. Let's see. This is the first video I picked up. So I guess it was probably his fourth video, where I thought I was with him from the first video. I'm with him from the fourth video. This one on the history of 1793 cents and the early mint is fantastic. I'll preview that one for you for a sec here. Anyway, you got to go check out Dan's channel, and please do give him a subscribe and some likes. You see, I already liked that one. This is top shelf stuff.
I'm Dan, the Rare Coin Man, and I'm also the webmaster of a new website called rarecoins101.com.
It's a great research tool.
Why did I create this website? Well, as a lifelong collector, it was always my hope that I was acquiring coins that would someday be worth a lot more than what I paid for them. And I think there are quite a few collectors who have the same mindset as well. Is there anyone who buys a coin with the expectation or the hope that it will decline in value? Well, maybe a few, but probably not.
I mean, sometimes, because then you can get more of them for cheaper, right? But no, I'm with Dan generally. Although right now, I'm telling everybody, the lower grade, high rarity, early large cents that I collect, like this right here, they're so depressed right now. It is the ideal time to get into the market. Some of the stuff I've bought's even dropped. They got to go up at some point, right? Let's watch a little bit here. This is just, it's historical sales data for 1793 Ameri cents. I watched this before I got mine, which I just pulled out the other day to compare to, actually, I don't think I put that video out yet. I think in the next day or two, or yesterday, depending on when I put this one out, you're going to see a side-by-side of my gallery mint Ameri next to my authentic original Ameri. And before I bought that, I came to Dan's site and I studied a bit and determined how much I was willing to pay. And I love my really beat up S1 Ameri or Ameri chain cent. And Dan helped me make the decision on what to pay when I bought it. But look at the trends. Again, you're going to see that these high rarity early dates, they're behind where they should be. And about a decade ago, everything had spiked. And I've been saying that anecdotally, but Dan's going to sit here and prove it. Let's watch this for a second.
It was estimated retail value in 1990 was about $2,500. And then it went up, and then it peaked in 2005 at around $15,000. Then it fell off. It's been falling off a little bit. And then here it looks like it stabilized in 2013 at around $10,000, where it remains today. Now, it's not uncommon at all, even for a rare, popular coin like this one, to have various peaks and valleys. When you consider the price of this coin is well below its all-time high, well, you know what? That's an indicator that right now might be a good time to acquire this coin.
And it is, and it was, and I feel really good about what I paid for mine. But again, I found Dan's info extremely helpful. Trying to remember what all... It's been almost a year since I've watched this. Yeah, I knew he talked about the mint somewhere. Let's just jump in the middle and listen to Dan talk a little bit about the U.S. Mint.
The first United States Mint was built near the intersection of 7th and what's now called Filbert Streets there in Philadelphia. The last standing structure of the original facility was demolished in 1911. All that's there today is this plaque commemorating the place where the first mint once stood, where it's mostly overshadowed by the hustle and bustle of downtown Philadelphia. Once upon a time, long ago, this was a much more tranquil scene. This painting by Edwin Lamazure was completed in 1913. The setting here illustrates how the first U.S. mint appeared around the year 1818, although Lamazure employed some artistic license in his depiction. The background music you hear is called Minuet in G major. For centuries, the famous composer Johann Sebastian Bach was thought to have written this, but additional research in the 1970s revealed it is actually Christian Petzold who deserves credit for this masterpiece. Some of you might recognize it as a song called A Lover's Concerto, a big hit from 1965 by a group called The Toys. Indeed, it's a beautiful piece that has endured the test of time.
So there's a little bit of a preview of Dan's content. It's fantastic, right? It is what I enjoy watching. And there's 22 videos. Go check them all out. Watch them all. You can watch them all within a couple of weeks and you're going to learn a bunch. I'm going to make sure that I'm caught up. I just watched again the most recent one on Eye Appeal and thoroughly enjoyed it and reached out to Dan and was like, your content's fantastic. And, I might have commented on some of his earlier videos before I had a channel, but truly fantastic stuff. That's what I got. Please go check out Rare Coins 101 and give Dan a subscribe and a follow. And you're going to learn so much. And then please do check out his website. Let's see if there's a link to the website. Yeah. Let's go check out the website. What am I doing trying to leave before we go check out the website? Oops, Safari. I'm on this, no. I just picked up this tablet and I'm not very good at it. Okay, Rare Coins 101. Let's see what we got. I'm going to sit down. Let's look at it. Okay. If you're a new collector, this is just such a fantastic resource. And again, even for advanced collectors, I think you're going to get a lot of good info. Those charts are fantastic. Let's just skip around a little bit. Wow, this is really well put together. Previewing. Okay, let's go to some of the tabs. What makes a coin valuable? There's several articles, it looks like. Who sets the coin prices? No. There we go. Coin dealers, certified coin exchange, auction records, PCGS and NGC. They, of course, have price guides. Look at that, BMAX Mel. That's my video for today was all about BMAX and the Star Encyclopedia, which, let me just grab that stuff. It's sitting right here on my desk. There's a check signed by BMAX, and there we go. There is the exact same Star Encyclopedia. So, well, that's topical. Cool. Let's look at coin grading. Let's see, what is it? Grading circulated coins. Talking about coin wear. That's neat. Some grading charts. Again, lots of technical versus market grading. And then, of course, if you follow this channel, you know all about EAC grading, which is a little bit different, where we use a precise sharpness and precise net grade. Key date coin list. I know I've looked at this before. Let's see. Here is the key date list. Look at all those. I remember finding the S1 on, oh, that's under classic rarities as I recall, maybe. 1793 Liberty Cap, oh, maybe not. The 1793 caps, though, are a classic rarity. Where's my chain scent? Better is the flowing hair wreath of the strawberry. Well, that's exceedingly rare. There we go. Good. Yeah, it was under the good group by Ameri. And again, he's got tons of information and then this trend chart showing that really they are depressed right now. Now is a good time to buy early copper. Let's see. Go back a page. Close. What else do we have? Places to buy coins. Coin dealers, the big fish, eBay. Yeah, this is just a very comprehensive website, so go check that out as well. Videos. There we go. Again, lots of great videos. I'll let you continue on your own and explore Dan's content. But again, the sole purpose of this video is to make sure that you are aware of what Dan is doing over there at Rare Coins 101. You owe it to yourself to be subscribed to get, updates about his new content. And it's just a very knowledgeable numismatist who I enjoy listening to. His presentations are very well done, not rambly and chaotic like mine are. We're kind of like the yin and yang of me just cranking out daily coin content and then other Dan doing a very nice professional job with a fantastic website. Go check him out. You owe it to yourself. Anyway, feel free to hit me up in the comments and I will catch you on the next one. Peace.